happy at Shivaji College to have taken this brilliant effort. I mean, it's an incredible thing that we had more than 1,000 participants pan India, which was great, and everybody has given such good feedback. We've had so many discussions on the forum that was provided, and it was a very great collaboration. And we're happy to have done this, and I've spoken to a couple of participants as well. Everybody is happy to have taken
please
part
allow
in
my
this
video. Hello.
Yeah, Dr. Agarwal is there.
Vipin, Nikhil, please switch
Nikhil,
on.
sir.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, sir. Now you can speak, sir. And now we are live on YouTube. Also.
Okay. Good morning, sir.
Okay.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning, Professor God. Good morning. Welcome.
Good morning, Professor Agrawal. Thank you for inviting me for this important event.
Well, it's our pleasure, sir.
May also feel very
I'm
happy
really
to
sorry.
associate
मैं
with-
आज कुछ mess up हो गया यहाँ Wi-Fi का, तो it took some time to join.
No issues, sir. Can we start, sir?
Yeah, sure.
Dr. Ankita.
Right. Good morning, everyone. Professor Ramesh C. Gaur, Dean, Director, Library and Information, and Head, Kalanidhi Division at the Indira Gandhi National Center for Arts, our guest for today, Dr. Shiv Kumar Sehdev, Principal, Shivaji College, Dr. S.P. Agarwal, Principal, Ramanujan College, seniors, colleagues, and participants joining us from all over the country. I welcome you all to the valedictory session of our one-week online faculty development program on ICT enhanced teaching, learning, and creating MOOCs. After a week long of intensive learning modules, we have gathered here today to sum up our special experiences, the intensive process that we have rigorously followed for the past 7 days. As was stressed upon the inaugural session of our FTP, the teacher training modules for creating valuable e-content, carrying out unhindered online classes, and figuring out more assessment tools for evaluation of students are a must in this new way of online learning and dispensing knowledge. Keeping in mind this need of the hour, this program was organized by Shivaji College under the aegis of IQAC in collaboration with the Teaching Learning Center and Research Development and Services Cell, Ramanujan College. This program is under the aegis of Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya National Mission on Teachers and Teaching that was launched by the Ministry of Human Resource Development in 2017. We are very honored to have with us today Professor R.C. Gaur. He has played a pivotal role in creating awareness, education, training on and about research publication ethics, particularly on plagiarism in India. He has significantly contributed in digitization, digital archiving of Indian culture heritage, promoting open access, particularly electronic theses and dissertations, preservation of Indian languages through language documentation and digital archiving, research data management and methodology, and much more. We have received excellent participation from all over the country with more than 1,000 members for this FTP, and the past week has been a very hectic one for all of our participants. Like I just said in the beginning, feeling all over like students, as we have been subjected to intense training in a plethora of online tools, softwares and platforms, submitted quizzes and assignments on a daily basis. We have explored the nitty-gritties of all aspects, of applications like all Google apps. We've done the classroom slides, the Google Meet, the imaging tools like Autodraw, which incorporates artificial intelligence, the Jamboard, Mind Map, OBS, then quizzing platforms such as Kahoot, and of course, the brilliant venture Microsoft Teams. And we have received very overwhelming feedback from all our participants, and we really thank you all for it. We would be hearing a couple of participant feedback as well as we proceed through the session. Shivaji College has had an excellent collaboration with Ramanujan College for this program, and our teamwork has yielded great results. We look forward to many more of such fruitful collaborations in the future. We hope that this program has helped all participants to widen their knowledge base and now would be able to develop their own MOOCs. I now invite my colleague from Ramanujan College, Ms. Nidhi Mathur, to read out the report of the program. Over to you, Nidhi.
Thank you, Dr. Ankita. I will just share my screen. So is my screen visible to all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A very good morning to our chief guest, Professor Ramesh Gaur, our principal sir, Dr. S.P. Agarwal, Shivaji College principal, Dr. Shiv Kumar Sehdev sir, my fellow team members, and my dear participants. There is a very famous saying, coming together is a beginning, keeping together is progress, and working together is success. It is indeed this mantra of working together that has brought us where we are today. Each day is a new day, which brings with itself new opportunities, new challenges, new thoughts, new strengths, and new aspirations. On such a rejuvenating note, I, Nidhi Mathur, take this immense pleasure in presenting before you a summarization of all the activities that have been conducted for the 1-week faculty development program on ICT enhanced teaching learning and creating MOOCs, jointly organized by Teaching Learning Center, Ramanujan College, in collaboration with Shivaji College. Ramanujan College, through its Teaching Learning Center of Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya National Mission on Teachers and Teaching Scheme of Ministry of Education, erstwhile MHRD, has completed 3 versions of MOOCs through the online platform. All the other FDPs which the college had conducted prior to the setting in of the pandemic were primarily based on physical interaction with each other. That is, the knowledge was disseminated under one roof. Unlike the previous FDPs, the most striking feature of this FDP was its virtual engagement with all the learners. This 1-week faculty development program that we have recently completed primarily covered prerequisites of creating MOOCs, apart from emphasizing on the ICT tools that will facilitate teaching and learning and immensely benefit the teaching fraternity. As mandated by Ministry of Education, this FDP was conceptualized on the 4 quadrants approach. The first quadrant talks about the use of e-tutorials in the form of videos, audios, simulations, and animations. The second quadrant discusses using e-content like e-books, text, and instructional material to assist the users in getting familiarized with the topics easily and conveniently. While the third quadrant is about providing additional information, the fourth quadrant is the one that draws the maximum attention on learning outcomes. So in the fourth quadrant, quizzes and assignments are provided to the learners so they can assess themselves and can also monitor their progress levels available in the form of a progress chart on the learning management system. In addition to these self-assessment techniques, learners are also encouraged to fill the feedback forms daily for the topics that have been covered. Last but not the least, there is also a provision of a discussion forum where the participants can post their queries or doubts, which are actively taken up by resource persons or their peers. The primary aim behind this FDP was to facilitate faculty members across the country to conduct their lectures, which they are currently missing because of the pandemic, using open source tools. This, in addition to designing and developing their own MOOCs, thereby facilitating them to create an online platform for knowledge exchange. To facilitate such an expedition, the course outline covered topics ranging from Google Apps like Google Classrooms, Google Docs, Google Slides, to online classroom teaching softwares like Google Meet and Microsoft Teams. Topics wherein the participants could record their own videos and edit the same at the same time were taught through the Open Broadcast software and OpenShot software. After learning all these prerequisites, the participants had created some fantastic and mind-blowing MOOCs courses. The Open edX platform on which the faculty development program was hosted is a learning management system basically, which was hosted on the cloud. And this learning management system had high scalability, reliability, and robustness. This LMS, apart from hosting minimum of 5 FDPs simultaneously, can also help the participants sitting in the backdrop of their comfort zone to allow them to look into the course, hence bridging the gap between online and offline education. Some of the statistics indicating some major highlights of this FDP. So as you all know, more than 1,200 participants had been a part of this FDP, wherein there were 99 recorded videos, 13 quizzes, 8 assignments, 14 feedback forms, and 8 discussion forums. Moving on, we received an overwhelming feedback from our participants, which will be analyzed also in the subsequent slides. There have been more than 2 lakh views on our video lectures, with the participants spending around 3 to 4 hours on the LMS. A quick look at the feedback analysis. So, around 71.3% of the participants have given an excellent rating for the clause of overall content of the program, while 26.5% have given a very good rating for the same. Moving ahead, 65.8% of the participants have again given an excellent rating on the quality of the resource persons, while 31.3% have given a very good rating. Lastly, 50.4% participants have given an excellent rating on the overall knowledge that they have gained about the topics after attending the program, while 43.1% of the participants have given a very good rating. We have also been receiving several congratulatory messages, feedbacks through telegrams, discussion forums, and this has motivated us extremely to conduct such FDPs in future. So these are some of the screenshots that I have taken from the discussion forum. With this, I come to the end of my presentation, and this was a memorable journey that was worth revisiting. Thank you so much. Over to you, Dr. Ankita.
Thank you, Nidhi, for your report. I would now request our dynamic principal. Sir, your encouragement and ambition to push Shivaji College beyond boundaries drives us to scale more heights in all fields we venture into. Sir, I request you to say a few words.
Thank you very much, Professor Ramesh Gaurji, Dr. S.P. Agarwal, all esteemed participants, dear colleagues. A very warm good morning to all of you. I am very happy that all the participants have successfully completed this one-week faculty development program on a very relevant topic. The main aim of this program was to enhance the ICT abilities in our teaching learning process and how to create the MOOCs. And I'm happy that all the participants are happy with the outcome of this program. As has been told that the one-week faculty development program has opened several doors of learning and imbibing knowledge to more than 1,000 participants from all over the country. The program had 7 days of rigorous sessions that covered all aspects of Google applications such as Google Classroom and so on. They have also discussed about a very important application, Microsoft Teams. And we have already introduced this at our Shivaji College. All the modules, they covered so many aspects like drawing, how to drawing, using different softwares, how to make Venn diagrams. And I have also been told that they have taught how to use software draw IO. And one of the highlights of the module was how to use Open Broadcaster software and Open Shot Editor. And these softwares are used to create videos and to edit videos. And I'm sure the faculty at this stage is completely adopting this online mode of teaching and needs to be absolutely fluent and making such videos to impart knowledge to our students in the classroom. The assessment methods such as quiz and Kahoot was used, and I'm sure that you must have utilized all these things. And I'm sure that you all must be able now how to create MOOCs for your own classrooms. And as has been told that you have got very good feedback. This is our first collaboration with the Ramanujan College, and I'm sure that in future also we will have many more collaborations with Ramanujan College. I'm very happy with the outcome of this program, and I thank all the faculty members at my college, Shivaji College and Ramanujan College, and looking forward to have many more collaborations. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I now invite Dr. S.P. Agarwal, Principal, Ramanujan College, to share a few words and his concluding remarks for the event.
Thank you, Ankita. Our chief guest today, our close friend and associate in most of our activities, Professor God, Dean and Director, Kalanidhi Division, IGNCA, New Delhi. My colleague and fellow principal, Dr. Shiv Kumar, colleague from Shivaji College. I can see Preeti Sharma ji, Ankita, and many other. And my colleague from Ramanujan College and our esteemed participants. First of all, again, I welcome you on behalf of Teaching Learning Center, Ramanujan College, on a valedictory function of this 1 week faculty development program on online, basically ICT and online teaching and developing the MOOCs. First of all, let me congratulate the team doing the wonderful job as Nidhi and Ankita presented the report. If everything is, true, things have moved very well. And I'm really, surprised that these kind of programs, whether we do it ourselves or in association with any other institution, because we always believe in collaboration, that receives a very huge response. And that is the reason that we have launched at least 5-6 programs on, MOOCs itself for ICT training and various softwares, open source software, for which we always preach, and Professor God is very fond of open source softwares. So we have, the power of technology is such that we have already trained more than 50,000 teachers, and we are reaching 60,000. And every other day we are launching the new program, and we get, huge response. In this program also, I'm told that about 1,100 participants are participating in this program. Now, see, the basic difference, what I observe is that in a classroom type setup, the number of participants are always very, very limited. And most of the time, we used to do these programs for our elevation, for certification, I can say. But today, the challenge is different. Today, one challenge is that we have to teach and teach in the best possible manner to our students. And second challenge is to save our jobs, because we are little fortunate in Delhi University and maybe in some government institution, but in private sector, unless until we are used to all this, very difficult to save the jobs. So people need to be trained, and they need to learn these new techniques. Unless until they are familiar with this, nobody will hire them. Their relevance is gone. So with this challenge, these kind of programs are being organized, and our objective is to reach to the whole country, to about, already I told you 60,000, and we might reach 200,000 teachers in times to come. Now, another important aspect, even in Delhi University, like Dr. Shiv Kumar said that they have already introduced the Microsoft team in their college, and we have been doing it for last 2 weeks. And let me tell you, the results are fantastic. Teachers are liking it, students are liking it, and they can do each and every activity what they can do in a classroom setup. So this is the kind of thing which we need, and it's a very good monitoring system can be in place. We know, as a head, Dr. Shiv Kumar can vouch for it, that I can see that who is taking the class, who is not. So which is again a very, 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 very powerful tool, that things are much easier and much better. But again, every system, every technology has its limitation, because the physical, online, or the interactions are a little different. The personal touch which we can give in a classroom setup cannot give here. Of course, there are so many things, so we are not going into that. But again, the basic thing is that how the technology is changing the whole scenario in the education sector. This is very, very important. When we conceived of this idea of doing these programs, first of all, let me thank the Ministry of HRD, or we can say Ministry of Education, and their scheme, Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya National Mission for Teachers and Teaching. We have learned a lot out of it. Of course, we are training providers, but we ourselves are also learning a lot. See, the portals on which the government and other agencies, and maybe the various good universities are working. All of you know that some are using the Modella, another one are using EDX. And I'm glad that our own faculty developed a EDX portal, and see how the knowledge changes the situation. The portal, which if we hire the agencies, outside agencies, may not, we cannot do it, because they will charge crores of rupees. And the kind of work done by two young, I can say scientists is tremendous. I mean, we are paying pennies for using these kind of portal. And even our participants who have developed their own MOOCs, we are, keen to host their MOOCs on our portal. We have no problem. You can send your proposals. If they are worth good, definitely we will do that. So this is the kind of, knowledge which has been developed. So I can say that as president of Harvard University president said, knowledge is currency for 21st century. So friends, what I'm trying to say is that the knowledge and innovation can lead us to the best in the world. And today we don't have any limitations. We are not in terms of communication or technology, we are not behind anyone in the world. The only thing is how we can use this technology, knowledge, and innovation in order to make the systems in such a way that we are the best in the world, and we again become the knowledge provider to the world, or we can say as we were in ancient times, the knowledge hub or educational capital. We can again be the educational capital if we rightly employ these tools and techniques. So with this, I can say there are 2-3 more things which I would like to say, that besides the use of technology, there are 2-3 things which are extremely important for our teaching fraternity. I always see that the communication is extremely important. Unless until your communication is clear and good, you cannot deliver through technology. Then creativity is extremely important. Collaboration is very important, as we have been collaborating with various institutions. Then critical thinking. So what I'm trying to say is that each and every teacher, they should think We are very great learners. Don't think that we can't do it. Some of our youngsters, some of our people of my age or Dr. Shiv Kumar's age, we always feel we cannot do it. No, everybody can do it. Only thing is that we have to devote some time. We have to practice it. See, 1 week program is not going to make you master. The only thing is we have to practice. Then we can all be masters, and we have all learned, through this only. Otherwise, we were not no one was having that kind of competence. So what I'm trying to say is that these are very extremely important things. And another important, which I always say, that always take care of your, physical health, mental health, or family health, I can say. And also you need to learn certain life skills, very important, because online teaching and online work, online research is a lot of fatigue that comes to your body. So try to save your body also, very important. I always tell my friends, some people are on online 6 hours, 8 hours, 10 hours, which is very, very damaging. So you have to be careful while doing all this. So with this, once again, welcome and thank you very much, to Dr. Shiv Kumar and his team, that we collaborated with them, and we look forward to further collaborations in this as well as in other educational journey of these two institutions. Thank you very much. And once again, welcome to our guest, Professor God, and other dignitaries today. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. As always, your words have a very deep message and ideas out of the box. And I'm certain that all the participants here will get very inspired on listening to you and would, yearn to do better and excel in their respective fields. I would now go on to the next session of our valedictory event, where I would like to invite the participants of our self-paced learning program to share their experiences with us. First, I would like to call upon Dr. A.S. Somesh, Assistant Professor, MES College, Nedumkandam, Kerala, to share his experience with us. Dr. Somesh.
Ma'am, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can.
I'm sorry, I was driving. Honorable Chief Guest, Professor Dr. Ramesh C. Gaur, other dignitaries who are gathered here for this wonderful valedictory session. A very good morning to one and all. Friends, the field of education witnesses quick changes with every advancement made by the society. We, the teachers, face a generation of students who are more familiar in using the technology than us. It is the teacher's responsibility to convince the learners that their digital gadgets can also be used as a learning tool. Almost all technologies underwent this evolution. Most technological advancements did not have education as their primary function in its early days. For example, television in the early days was used for entertainment, but over the ages, it evolved to serve many other functions such as spiritual, instructive, and educational. Likewise, students consider mobile phones as a means and source of entertainment. The global pandemic accelerated the process of transformation of the function of mobile phones from entertainment to educational or instructional. In order to educate the learners, the instructional use of mobile phones for educational purposes, teachers have to equip themselves with the technological advancements. Learning models like ICT are very helpful. In this context, the faculty development program offered by the Teaching Learning Center of Ramanujan College in collaboration with the Shivaji College becomes significant. In the present scenario, where everyone cannot access knowledge because of various limiting factors, FDPs like this can inspire the facilitators, teachers, and learners to provide better educational opportunities through the medium of digital learning, which provides the flexibility in time and convenience of space and one's own pace of learning. In the current situation of COVID-19, trainings like this will benefit a large number of teachers. This course on MOOCs itself has almost been a MOOC, as more than 1,000 teachers across the nation could participate in this FDP. The physical class structure would have limited the number of participants to 40 or 50, whereas the online training has enhanced its accessibility both qualitatively and quantitatively, providing the participants the greater convenience of self-paced learning. Thousands of educators across the country are being benefited. Hence, a pandemic may not always necessarily be a crisis. It can also provide opportunities. I'm glad to tell you that the faculty development program of ICT Enhanced Teaching, Learning and Creating MOOCs, organized under MHRD sponsored Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya National Mission on Teachers and Teaching by Teaching Learning Center of Ramanujan College in association with Shivaji College, University of Delhi, has been greatly beneficial for me. I'm a language teacher, and ICT Enhanced Learning will make my class better and more effective, and of course, interactive. This workshop gave me the opportunity to familiarize myself with various technological advancements that can make the teaching and learning experience better. I take this opportunity to express my sincere gratitude towards all the faculty members who have worked together for the great success of this FDP. On behalf of all the participants, I congratulate the entire technical team for their commendable effort to make this event a grand success. And I request the authorities to continue this process to create mentors of modern India. Vande Mataram. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, my dear.
Thank you, Dr. Samesh. It's wonderful to hear participants giving their feedback, and it's so encouraging for us to hold more such programs with your words. I would now like to call upon Ms. Shivani Gupta, Assistant Professor, Department of Economics, Shivaji College, to share her experience with our audience.
Good morning, everyone. This is Shivani Gupta from Department of Economics, Shivaji College. First of all, I would like to convey my greetings to Chief Guest of today's session, Professor Gaur, and I would like to thank Dr. S.P. Agarwal, Principal Ramanujan College, and Dr. Shiv Kumar Sehdev, Principal Shivaji College, for organizing this wonderful and very informative FDP on highly relevant topics in today's time. I would also like to thank the FDP coordinators and the entire organizing committee for their support and guidance and updates throughout the conduct of this program. This one-week FDP program on ICT Enhanced Teaching, Learning and Creating MOOCs has given us all an exposure to a vast variety of teaching learning methods that are available on distinct online platforms such as Google MOOCs, Google Slides, MS Teams, and others. This FDP, in a way, has helped us to get hands-on new ways of teaching that are a must in today's time, especially in this virtual learning methods, and therefore has contributed a lot in improving our skills and has enabled us to deliver our lectures in a more effective and well-organized and structured manner through these online mediums. I'm really glad that I participated in this FDP, and in just a week time, I've been able to get hands-on with this new techniques of delivering my lectures, grading students, keeping track on their attendance in through these new techniques and teaching learning tools. And given my learning experience through this FDP, I would highly recommend other people to join such programs in future. And I again take this opportunity to thank the entire organizing committee and coordinators for encouraging this wonderful FDP. Thank you all.
Thank you, Shivani. Thank you for your words. I now invite Ms. Nidhi Mathur to introduce our chief guest, Professor Ramesh Gaur.
Thank you, Dr. Ankita. So before I request our chief guest, Professor Gaur, to share his views about the valedictory session, I would like to read out a brief profile about him. Professor Ramesh C. Gaur is presently Dean and Director, Library and Information, and Head, Kalanidhi Division at Indira Gandhi National Centre for the Arts, IGNCA, New Delhi, Ministry of Culture, Government of India. During the period October 2011 to January 2018, he was the University Librarian, Jawaharlal Nehru University, New Delhi. A Fulbright scholar, Professor Gaur has visited USA, Russia, Germany, Thailand, and many other countries in relation to various assignments related to digital library and allied areas. Professor Gaur has been awarded, to name a few, IASLIC, SM Ganguly, Best Librarian Award for the year 2007, and has also been facilitated UP Library Association Award in the very same year. He has acted as expert member to various professional bodies and institutions like UGC National Committee on E-Thesis, National Knowledge Commission Committee on Private Collections, IMT Ghaziabad, IGNOU, DAV, and the list goes endless. In 20 years of his professional career, he has published over 40 papers, delivered over 100 lectures, authored 4 important books in his chosen field, and sponsored organizations and causes related to library science. Dr. Gaur has been the conference director or the member of organizing committee in various national and international conferences organized in India. He has also organized various national and international conferences in collaboration with bodies like SLA, IFLA, Max Miller Bhavan, GBO, and Bharat Boka. He has also guided a number of students of MPhil, PhD, B Library Sciences, MCA of various universities. We welcome you, sir. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Nidhi, for your kind introduction. Can you help me knowing how much time I have to speak?
So there is no as such time for you. You can just speak. There's no particular
You can
time.
understand this is valedictory, so you know, so 15 to 20.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, thank you.
Okay.
So it's indeed a great honor with all of you. Thank you, Professor Agarwal, Professor Shivkumar, for giving me this honor with this elite group and inviting me to share my views and delivering this valedictory address. This is something I feel really honored, and thank you very much for this honor. Second, I would like to congratulate Professor Agarwal for wonderful work Teaching Learning Center Ramanujan College is doing. Undoubtedly, I have to rate that your center is one of the best in the category of these teaching learning center. 30,000 teacher you have already trained and 60,000 you are aiming. And this wonderful program where you have trained 1,000 people, I salute you and your entire team for this dedicated efforts. This is a remarkable achievement, and I really feel proud to associate with you. I'm really feel so happy that I've been associated with Ramanujan College in various capacity. So many congratulations and very many thank you for doing this wonderful work. And one more thing which I really appreciate in this program, the collaboration with Shivaji College. I think definitely in isolation, many institutions and colleges are doing wonderful work. But collaboration in these areas is very important. And you took the lead and have invited Shivaji College. And I congratulate both the principals for this wonderful beginning. I think we need to have many such collaborative initiatives, because this is very important to understand the need of collaboration in these areas. I will explain you in later in this. And the next important thing which I want to tell you that the course contents are remarkable. The kind of content coverage is something very important. Uh, Today I was going through a publication. One of my very close friend, Dr. Sanjay Mishra, he is working with this Commonwealth Education Media Center as a director in Canada, and he is a person who has done a lot on OER and e-learning, and he has come out with the publication Technology Enabled E-Learning, and that publication, many things we talked in these publications, I found were the part of this particular course content. And I have shared this document with Nikhil. Nikhil might like to share with others. This is a very important, valuable document. So the kind of content coverage you have worked out is remarkably well. My suggestion for this is that like it's already recorded and available on YouTube. If it can be widely publicized and can reach out to the many people who may not able to attend this program, and may be beneficial to many of these such teachers working in different part of the universities.
Sir, this is live on YouTube. We have already recorded lectures on YouTube. Anybody can have it.
My suggestion is we can promote it to reach out to the people, and I will also be happy to promote it if links is provided to me.
Sure.
So thank you very much for all this wonderful work. Now the topic extremely now we are in this COVID-19 situation, and definitely these courses are extremely important in this current scenario. But I will say it may be pre-COVID or current situation or post-COVID. This initiative or e-learning contents are going to be the key because the new technology-enabled learning and teaching has very important requirement of having e-learning contents. I will tell you that e-learning content connected with the various kind of learning spaces is a need of the hour. Like even I recommend that our library should be named as Learning Resource Center instead of libraries, because now the time have changed and the needs have changed. And why these e-learning contents are important? Because things are so expensive, and everybody cannot afford all the high level publications or costlier publications. Second thing, the kind of reach. In some institute you have excellent faculty, in some you have very limited faculty in particular area. So I think there are a number of reasons which I can justify why we need e-learning contents. And currently our government has very focused approach on these areas. So a number of like programs like maybe NPTEL or SWAYAM or various kind of TV channels, Swayam Prava, and a number of other initiatives, Sakshat and even number of Amrita and all those. So there are a number of initiatives. But here, I may be sorry to be little negative on that. We have number of initiatives, but somewhere I think when we talk about quality e-learning contents, there is something we are lacking. Our approach is to have more and more e-learning content, but we are not giving a focus on quality of these e-learning content. It may be EPG Pathshala or ePathshala. There are this immense number of initiatives, and what I see, there are two important things. One is the right approach in dealing with that. Why I'm talking about the right approach? The first approach, which it should be a collaborative approach, a collaboration between all stakeholders. I identified three main stakeholders in this contents. Number one, the teachers, the course content creators. Number two, the technology enabled people, those technocrat who can design the system, look after the server and all those kind of internet and other online learning tools. A third is the librarians, the library professional, to disseminate and promote these contents. Because you may create excellent contents, but if it is not reaching out the people, it is not worth to spend money on that. Right. Similarly, a teacher should not. It's good to learn about various kind of tools and technology. It is very important for teachers to understand tools and technology, But I will not recommend teachers are putting their time and energy in designing a MOOC system. I expect that we should have a technology team which will, in every university and college, which should take care of designing technology infrastructure for them. Similarly, they should not waste time in promoting and reaching out to the students. Like Delhi University is having lakhs of students. Ramanujan College can create excellent content. Shivaji College can create excellent contents. But to reaching out other colleges and other colleges, not in DU but in other universities, there should be a kind of promotional drive. There should be some kind of system to disseminate that information. So all three stakeholders have very important role to play. And somewhere in all our e-learning initiative, all our these initiative taken by Ministry of HRD, now Ministry of Education, I think that approach is lacking. Second important thing which I believe these are the I'm talking about the stakeholder, but there is another level of collaboration, faculty to faculty collaboration. To design a particular course contents, sometimes many faculty from different colleges or universities need to collaborate, because somebody may be expertise in one area, another may be expertise in another area, and time limitations are also there. So I think faculty collaboration is very important. Institution level collaboration is very important in creation of course contents. I know background of many of the initiatives. Some course content were assigned. I seen in I will not name the university, but I saw the faculty was asked to create some course content, and he assigned that job to the PhD student to develop those course contents. Now you can imagine the quality of those contents designed by a PhD student. He may be excellent PhD student, but what a teacher can design, experienced teacher can design a course content, I cannot expect same from a PhD student. So, and reason for that, the kind of remuneration system introduced. I think we also need to look into that a proper remuneration system with the proper faculty collaboration for the course content is the key for any kind of good e-learning contents. Now, currently we are more dependent upon these contents because we are under closed down under pandemic. But I talk about another level of integration with the open educational resources. It is not necessary to design each and everything yourself. It is also important to integrate those already existed open educational resources with these e-learning contents. Give an example. Many times I speak on this that we a lot depend upon Google for search. But Google index just 15 to 20% web contents. The rest 80 to 85% web contents, what we call it deep web search, is not indexed by Google or any other standard search engine, Yahoo or AltaVista, anything. So what about those 80 to 85% content in which the deep web, which contains a large amount of valuable academic information, academic data, government data, and all those things. So another important thing is integration of those academic search engines and putting all those resources together in it. So when we are talking about developing a particular online content for a particular subject, the suggested reading, recommended reading, reference reading, and integrating all those resources which are already exist is also important. Because and another important thing is that we need to focus more and more on, like I'm glad there are so many quiz and some. So we also need to have an interactive mode of learning. So we need to focus load on videos or a lot of multimedia. So because visual presentation make a more impact on the uh, study. I remember when I studied in Virginia Tech during Fulbright Scholar, there was a teacher who was teaching a multimedia digital library, and he used to teach with concept mapping. So those kind of approach, when visually represent concept map of particular topic, I think that make a very interesting. So like just creating visual textual contents is not enough in nowadays. So it is important to also focus on having videos or multimedia or visual and in designing the course contents. So in this regard, my suggestion to Professor Agrawal, who is a very influenced and very well connected with the academia, or particularly in this area, we have IQAC cell in every college or university. I recommend to set up a e-learning cell in each and every college or university, and that cell should properly work under collaboration, in which there will be at least all three stakeholders should be part of that e-learning cell: the library, the computer center, and the uh, research department, or the dean academics or dean research, or and maybe the principal or the vice chancellor or rector may head that particular e-learning cell. And that cell should ensure the proper infrastructure in place, because uh, many of the colleges in remote areas, one of my junior staff worked under me in JNU, now has joined somewhere in a college in Bhopal. So not in Bhopal, but in Madhya Pradesh, somewhere in near Jabalpur or somewhere. So he was mentioning that even not a internet connectivity available. So now how you are going to cope up with this? Prime Minister in our address has very rightly pointed out that they are going for optical fiber cable in the blazes. But before that, our colleges, our universities in the remote areas should have a high-end internet bandwidth connectivity. So I think this e-learning cell should be created in each and every college and university, to because e-learning cell is not just to take care of these MOOC and other course designing our course content, but also to make a policy to create learning spaces. I give you a very interesting example in Queensland University of Technology. I was in Australia in 2015, and I went to this Queensland Education Technology University, and they have a space called learning spaces, and that learning space is connected with the university library. There is a bridge between learning spaces and university library. See the model that all the classes of that university take place in that learning center. That learning center has a classroom from the capacity to 5 to 6% to 2,000 persons at a time. They have auditorium, they have interactive lab, they have multi. So it is a kind of integration between learning resources and the learning center. So, see, teaching and learning resources need to be connected. See, the library and teachers are both doing the same job in a different way. So that kind of integration model, which I saw in Queensland Education Technology, I wish it should be in India. The same thing I talk about, having a integration of IQAC with the library, because even in research, when we talk about referencing and citation and all those things, so these are learning resources, and education, learning and teaching are quite well integrated. And I think a lot of collaborative approach is required. That's why I'm saying that we need to really look into our strategies. Now, new education policy in place. Hope this National Research Foundation. I've been nominated to some research cell of some organization to give some input to the new education policy. I'm working on that. But I think these are my those suggestions. And last thing to the trainers, the participants, the teachers who have just learn it. You can learn any technology, whatever best technology you have been given all best inputs. But you have to ensure that you should practice when you go back. Maybe a small experiment, maybe a small thing. You should design something, because if you don't practice it, you will forget about it. Technology is something which always uh, remain with you if you do it, if you use it. If you don't use the technology, after some time you will totally forget. So ensure that efforts put up by Ramanujan College will be only useful when 1,000 of you are going to make a prototype or going to create something. And I think let's share with each other. If you have done something, I came to know there's a forum has been created to share the ideas and other things, to share with each other. And this is the networking. 1,000 of you have a very good network now. You know, there are many of your similar subject. So make a network, because networking is very, very crucial. In the last 30 years of my professional careers, I have visited almost 25 countries. And entire world, wherever like maybe in India or entire world, I have such a excellent network with the people in UNESCO, in NIFLA, in all international body, maybe Office of Academic Research Integrity in USA. So that network is very important. That help you learning new ideas. That also help you working together to experiment and work on some new technology. So two things are very important after this event for you. One is must practice, must develop some small thing. And second important thing, strengthen this network which has been created during this particular program. So I'm so happy and I'm so grateful that I was given an opportunity to share my one of the these. And then last thing which is important for all of you, the passion. You only excel in your field when you have passion. Nobody can excel if you feel it's a 9 to 5 job, or it's a job of a teacher just to teach and finish your job. Your job is never over. You are a round the clock professional, and passion is very important in your life. So with these words, I once again thank you, Professor Agarwal, Professor Shivkumar, and the entire team for this wonderful program, and giving me opportunity to share my views to all of you. I wish you all the very best. Please stay safe, and if I'm of any help in terms of technology and anything required from my end, my email IDs are given on our agency website. Feel free to interact with, and I invite you to collaborate. We have at agency, as a dean, I am responsible for 9 PG diploma courses and 7 certificate courses. And these PG diploma courses are on cultural informatics, on Buddhist studies, on South Asian studies, on digital library data management, on manuscriptology, on paleography, on tribal art and culture, on conservation, and we are having 2 online certificate courses where 1,000 currently over 100 teachers are involved. Total, we have 1,000 students in all courses, and these 2 research methodology and research and publication courses are very much in demand. We have a certificate course in folklore, and we also have a certificate course in cultural marketing. So I invite you to just go through the agency website and feel free to connect with us. Thank you very much. Namaskar.
Thank you, Professor God. Wonderful lecture. You have given a lot of suggestions, and basically I have learned a lot. I don't know, our participants must have benefited. You talked about the quality of the contents. You talked about the collaboration. You talked about the e-learning cell. And I have already got the idea, and we are working on this. And you have all, reinforced that idea. We are creating a huge space where we can, we can sit at a time 300 to 400 teachers, or maybe students, or the kind of work you are saying. We are also creating smaller spaces from where we can interact with other teachers, other students, and other university professionals. See, you have rightly pointed out that most of our efforts are exclusive. The problem is that we are not integrating, and we are not sitting together. We are doing a lot of things, and just producing the volume without any target groups. And this is creating a lot of wastage in this country. If we do the collaborative efforts, if we do the teamwork, if we know what we are doing, if we know what will be the outcome of these contents or the programs, and we concentrate on quality, not only the quantity but quality, so then only we can achieve our targets. So thank you very much, sir, once again, and for joining us this morning. And I'm sure our participants must have benefited. And as you rightly said, that practice is the key. I can say that I went to US in 1986 and I learned all the techniques. I learned the data analysis packages like SAS, SPSS, and after coming back to India, everything is lost because I did not practice, and there was no technology or no these laptops kind of things were not available. So, and then when you again learn, you recall. But the problem is that practice is extremely important. So thank you very much once again, and over to Ankita.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. It was wonderful to hear Professor Gaur, and his ideas are very, very inspiring, and I hope we take it back home for all our participants. Thank you so much. I would now like to invite Ms. Preeti Sharma, Associate Professor, Department of Computer Science, Shivaji College, also the convener of our faculty development program, to convey the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Ankita. A very good morning to our esteemed chief guest, Professor Ramesh Gaur, Principal Ramanujan College, Dr. Agarwal, Principal Shivaji College, Dr. Shiv Kumar, my fellow teachers, academicians, and researchers. I, on behalf of Shivaji College and Ramanujan College, extend my heartfelt gratitude to our chief guest, Professor Ramesh Gaur, Dean and Director, Indira Gandhi National Center for the Arts, for gracing today's valedictory function that marks the completion of 1 week faculty development program on ICT enhanced teaching, learning, and creating MOOCs. It has been an honor to have you among us, sir. Your contribution in the field of digitization and digital archiving of Indian cultural heritage and promoting open access electronic theses and dissertations, preservation of Indian languages through language documentation and digital archiving is unparalleled. It is particularly significant in the light of our Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi's Digital India initiative. Sir, you have enlightened us with your words of wisdom, and your emphasis on the importance of creating and promoting quality digital content is very important. And especially what you have talked about, the collaboration between the 3 stakeholders, is certainly important. I'm grateful to Dr. S.P. Agarwal, Principal Ramanujan College, a learned scholar, a great researcher, and an able administrator. As Director, Teaching Learning Center, Dr. Agarwal has been instrumental in leading the design and implementation of a large number of innovative faculty development programs. And we at Shivaji College have been fortunate enough to collaborate with Ramanujan College for this FDP. Thank you, sir, for your vision and belief that has made all this possible. On behalf of the entire organizing team, I take this opportunity to express my thanks to Dr. Shiv Kumar, our young and dynamic principal, for always encouraging us to go for the best. His complete trust in us inspires us not only to live up to his expectations, but to go much beyond them. In a short span of a few months, which unfortunately have been mostly in the lockdown period, he, with his inspiring and powerful leadership, has been the driving force that has led our college to be amongst those where 100% online teaching took place during the lockdown. He never has a no for anything good that must happen in the college. Among many of his initiatives, this course, though organized at a very short notice, has been completed successfully with an overwhelming participation from teachers all over the country. We truly believe that under your able leadership, Shivaji College will reach newer heights. Thank you, sir. I also take this opportunity to express my thanks to Dr. Rashmi Vardhan, convener IQAC, for inspiring us to go ahead with this FDP and giving us her unconditional support. This program would not have been possible without the diligent efforts of the entire organizing team of Ramanujan College and Shivaji College. Here I'm reminded of the words of Benjamin Franklin. Tell me and I forget. Teach me and I may remember. Involve me and I learn. Wonderfully said. It's only through involvement that we really get to learn. And that is what this program was all about. I express my sincere thanks to Ms. Nidhi Mathur, convener FDP from Ramanujan College, who was with us from the conception to completion of this event. Thank you, Nidhi, for your unconditional support. The course has been a wonderful journey for our participants. Messages of appreciation started to pour in from day one, and today too we had a chance to listen to some of them. The credit for this goes to the resource team for the wonderful design and execution of the course content. I thank each one of you, Dr. Nikhil Rajput, Ms. Bhavya Ahuja, Ms. Nidhi Mathur, Ms. Sheetal, Mr. Sahil, Dr. Rajesh Singh, and Dr. Virendra Tripathi. This entire program, including the inaugural and today's valedictory, wouldn't have been possible without the tireless efforts of technical head Mr. Vipin Rathi. Thank you, Vipin. This event has been a collaborative effort of both our colleges. I thank the entire organizing team of Shivaji College, who worked diligently to make this event a success, starting from designing the brochure to inviting registrations, to managing the payments, and most important, addressing the queries of participants. Our organizing team has done it all. My heartfelt thanks to you all. It is only because of your unconditional support and cooperation that this event has been a great success. Special thanks goes out to Dr. Sunita Singh and Ms. Abha Vasal, the organizing secretaries from Shivaji College, who took care of the entire logistics of the event. I would like to thank Dr. Avneet Singh and Ms. Shweta Gautam for managing the payment portal so efficiently. I'm thankful to Dr. Ankita and Dr. Aishna for their creative effort and their meticulous drafting of mails and reports. I thank Ms. Harmanpreet and Dr. Usha Yadav for their support all through the program. My special thanks are due to Ms. Anshu Chopra, convener of this FDP, who has been my equal partner in driving this program from beginning till its conclusion. I thank her for leading the organizing team at Shivaji College. Thank you, Anshu, for your generosity and your support. A movie is a success if only there is a good audience. An event cannot be called complete without the participants. On behalf of both the colleges, Ramanujan and Shivaji, I thank all participants from the depth of my heart for being proactive and taking this initiative for being extraordinary learners. For it is the depth of learning that determines the power of your teaching. Once again, my heartfelt thanks to everyone involved in making this event a grand success. Thank you so much. And on this note, we formally end today's valedictory session. Thank you all.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you,
Thank you
madam.
so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you,
Thank you,
Professor
ma'am.
God. Thank you, Dr.
Thank you, Professor
Shivkumar and
God.
entire
Thank you.
team.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
sir.
Thank you, sir.
Good luck. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you,
Bye.
sir.
Thanks. Thanks,
Thank you.
everyone.